Hi everyone, we're live. I am so excited. I mean beyond the excitement, like I'm very, very grateful. It's day 50 today. So we've consistently showed up for 50 days. I think that's crazy. I think that the work that I'm doing now, I don't even think I realize its impact yet. And I don't even think I'd realize its impact in like a year now. Just for myself, like what this is like doing for me personally as an international marketing strategist and um, building from scratch. I mean, what we're building from is a very, very crazy place. It Some of the things that we've achieved in the next, in like 50 days, if I like say so myself, because like, sometimes you don't know how far you've covered until people are like, oh, I thought this is cool. I mean, so just hearing that from people kind of like gave me the okay, there's something here vibe. And like I always say, before I started the 100, journeys in 100 days, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it was just one of those afternoons where I was just like really frustrated. And I was like, okay, what next? I already did like my 400 dials in 4 days. 84 people requested for brochures, and I had like lots of conversations to follow up on. But I'm like, so what next? What do we do? And it was just one of those afternoons where I was like literally tired of myself. I'm tired of myself in the sense that it was as if I'd eat like a creative block or a strategy block, whatever. And I just kept thinking and thinking. And I remember that I had a conversation earlier, just thinking of, just being useful to people, but like having a challenge, like teaching people, not necessarily teaching people, like people saying, okay, like I'm telling people to like send in questions that they have around their market, and I'm going to be like trying to solve that. And I don't know, like out of nowhere, something just popped in my head. I'm like, 100 journeys in 100 days. And I kept meditating on it, and then it got clearer. And I'm like, okay, I don't care, I'm just going to do this. And even when I set out to do it, I remember that I had like um, something had come my way, like a personal limitation. And on a normal day, that limit, I mean, it was a shock really, but it was something that was enough for me to just be like, you know what, I'm not doing this again. I just want to focus on this problem. But I'm like, I already started this, I'm going to push through with it. I mean, like, and then I have, over the last couple of weeks, months, I have consistently risked my finances. Like, from building the product to always recharging my Zoho. Like I could literally keep that extra box, but I'm constantly like putting myself on the line. And I think it's crazy, honestly. But in between all of that too, every day, when I think about the work, I smile. When I think about the work, I want to show up. When I think about the work, I stay committed. And I'm very grateful for that. I've seen a lot of startup stories, the ones that were successful, the ones that were not. So I know that it's not a popular trait that I'm, consistent to this. It's not a popular trait that I chose to show up every day. You can see my face now, but yesterday I was trying to like, so I applied to Y Combinator. I didn't know the form was on or anything like that, but it was just one of those my frustrating scenarios afternoon to one of my frustrating days. I had lots of ideas, that I was trying to compress in time, and I'm like, what's all this? This thing is not even working, yada 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 yada. And I don't know. And I guess I stood up from the bed that day, and I don't even know what led me to why community. I'm like, then I just saw that, oh, the application is open. I'm like, okay, let me just apply. Let's see. And in between all of that, I don't know what happened yesterday. My camera stopped working. I was like, oh my gosh, the hell is this? Like, and I know I'm not a stickler for going out of the house. I work from home. It takes a while really for them to gather. So I was thinking, okay, let's just see what happens today. If nothing happens, I'm probably just going to use StreamYard, and that's why I'm using StreamYard to stream this morning. But thankfully, you can see my face. My camera is back up. And just showing up. Today I'm just grateful, and everything I say is just an extension of the things that I'm really grateful for. Right, even on days I don't feel too well, our witnesses showing up. Some of them are in crazy time zones. The Alexi is in Australia. You can imagine that time zone, but then it still showed up. I had Christina a couple of days ago. She's been ill because she's been traveling Africa, for farm trips, but then she still like showed up, and that is not popular. That level of support is not something that you see everywhere. I had Ricardo at the time, Ricardo Salazar. Okay, I mean, I don't think he really like saw the session, but Ricardo is an elderly person. He's been in the travel industry for like 2 years. He has white and gray hair all over his head. I mean, but just that level of acceptance when I announced the challenge, tons of people reposted. It was crazy. I went to people's DM. When I saw the outcome, I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm just so grateful for that. Of course, this is not like an ideal place, but we're getting better every day, and that I'm grateful for. The fact that I know that come rain, come sun, I'm still going to shop anyways, even if I don't feel like it. I'm still going to come on the live session and say yada 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 yada. Yeah, and then I'm grateful too. I'm grateful that I'm able to stay creative. Honestly, I don't know how I do it, but I am very grateful for it. I'm grateful that every day because 100 days is actually crazy. And then, we're 50 days in. Then again, it's not just about this, is not something that we'll just go into ChatGPT and say, okay, ChatGPT, do this, and you cannot run GTM, detailed GTM by just going into, ChatGPT. I'm grateful that for every test that we're doing, I'm discovering more, and then we're even getting better as a business. Super grateful. All right, so shout out to Steve Blanks. Yes, yeah, like shout out to Steve Blanks, really, because when I got into an accelerator, his course was one of the things that I was trained on. His course and one other person's course. Gosh, that guy. Oh gosh, I don't know. I can't remember, but it's like it's not popular. I think it's Josh or Paul Will Call or something. Josh is a beast at GTN. I am so grateful to have been exposed to that kind of knowledge. Very, very grateful for it. And it felt like at the time I was studying them, there's certain, just like how they say, they're books that you buy, you keep them, they're not for they're for certain seasons. When I met Steve Blanks, just like experiences, teachings, and Paul too, Paul Wyckoff, I think so. It was as if it happened in the nick of time. Like I got everything they were saying to me. Like I understood it, and that's major. Yes, enough of the gratitude thingy. Let's go to be grateful as I'm grateful. Everybody that supported me, all the independent advisors, everyone that are giving me a yes without seeing our products, to just sort of somehow like believing what we're saying. Honestly, sometimes I don't realize what I'm saying. Sometimes even on calls, I just look at my script and I'm like, okay, I'll figure this out. At least I know the product roadmap and all of that. And sometimes when I wonder how some of the things that I say land in people's ear or on their ears. And sometimes when I listen to myself, like, okay, that's cool. But I wonder if that's how it landed. So, just folks listening to me. Yeah. Now let's go into today. So today I just wanted us to like think out loud together. If I started the live session 3 hours earlier, I would have said I don't know what we want to talk about, but I've spent the last 3 hours just figuring things out. So I know a bit about what we're supposed to talk about, and then we're going to be figuring it out as we go. I don't know what it was, but some 2, 3 weeks ago, I suddenly began to like think of the Airbnb Craigslist strategy, right? So how Airbnb borrowed the credibility and the audience of Craigslist to grow their listing and then their marketplace, right? And for some weird reasons, I just had that somewhere in my notes, and I didn't give too much attention to it. But I think that over the last couple of weeks, just figuring out our live session together, kind of like gave me an understanding of where we should be going next. Right. Just to say this right now, the volunteers I already have like 50 numbers already. But then again, I'm being careful of calling people now or opening channels that I'm not ready to activate yet. I'm not ready not because I do not want to, but because we do not have a product. So somebody starts creating a post and people are interested in the post or people want to register, there's nothing, we don't have a platform yet. I was thinking about this one and I was telling myself, so Esther, do you like blame yourself for not maybe building the platform like the moment you started the challenge, or and I just thought to myself, no, I don't blame myself. I didn't know what to expect. I just came into this with crazy faith, a lot of gut, and then grit to just figure it out as we go. And if this is one of the things that happens, why not? you know. And I remember that a few days ago, I was saying to us that I have a goal. The goal right now is that I want to get to 200 signups in 4 weeks. But the truth of the matter is that there's nothing for these folks to sign up on, you know. And I was just thinking to myself this morning. So I have this person who is building like an AI chatbot for the travel and tourism for the travel and tourism industry, and they've really been like talking to me about it, but I've never paid attention. So this is my thoughts. First off, I love to write. Yes, I have it over here. So I was thinking that, um, okay, so for this idea, I've tried to define the why, the how. We all know the who. So the who is just folks that we're trying to talk to. Um, we still don't have a product yet. We're still like working on it, but I guess that personally, I am tired of just having to go on wait lists, and I know I can't keep going back to them because I don't even have anything to show them yet, especially because they're individuals. Like as of today, I have spoken to like four people on Facebook, and they're interested in like what we're doing, and they're individual travelers, but I'm not able to move them to the next stage, which number one, I think is frustrating and it's also very annoying for me. And that's why we're doing this. So I'm not going to be naming this test 6 or anything like that. This is just test 5A because it's an extension of text 5. So I'm thinking of, just talking to that person. I already spoke to them this morning anyways. I was always talking to them about AI chatbot. How about we have like an AI widget on our website that when people land on our website, it tells them more. It collects their registrations, and then it also showcases virtual tours for them, like maybe just 3 virtual tours that they can watch. And from that collection of email address, they automatically move to our email list. And from that email list, then I can start drip feeding them into the challenge. And just for the challenge, I've now confirmed that we are able to give 2 experiences in Bali, and then we're also able to give like $100 too. So yeah, and I think that the best way forward, really, for this is to borrow people's audience and then borrow people's credibility. And so when I'm talking about that, I'm really talking about us using social media. For example, Facebook groups and Facebook communities. Sorry, Facebook groups and then Facebook Marketplace. I have tried Facebook Equipment and Facebook PS Community Group, and I think that there's something there. And so that's why I'm going to be adding Facebook Marketplace to the mix, right? And for the Facebook groups, I'm going to be, of course, I already belong in those groups just by observing conversations. I'm now able to like project outcomes based off that. So I'm going to be going to like volunteering groups, solo travel groups, which I already belong to, digital nomad groups, adventure specific groups, and student travel groups, gap year groups. As of today, I think I belong in like 15 of those groups or so. Or I'm going to be amping that up to like around 30 groups, and I'm going to be segmenting those group by types. Then for the Facebook Marketplace, I'm going to just be going to individuals that are selling adventure equipment, right? And then I'm going to be reaching out to them, building relationship with them, and then I'm going to be sharing what we're working on with them. And so the category for marketplace I'm going to be going to, that people will sell like camping gears. That's very popular in the adventure industry. People will sell like hiking backpacks. People will sell bikes, adventure bikes, folks that cycle a lot, softboards, tents, and then GoPros. The truth is that this kind of leads are already high intent. And as of today, I am not selling them anything. I'm just telling them, you guys are already interested in this. Come lend your voice to these courses, and then get rewarded for it, right? And right now, what I just wanted us to also work out together on this live session is the messaging type based on my observation of these groups, based on like being in some of these groups and marketplaces. Sorry, Facebook group. Now I feel like for the Facebook group, I remember that there was a day we are having a meeting and we like literally just worked out the kind of questions to ask. Because one of the things that you now also have to know is that we have to work out question specifics. We have to work out question specifics based on the community. Sorry, I'm going to be using the word community and group interchangeably. But my goal really for this is not just to have 200 signups. When I say signups, what are using our platform is to have 200 interested signups. And this I have to do without ads. So it's crazy. Right. So first off, I know that Facebook right now limits me because there's a limit to how many friend requests I can send in a day. And I don't want my account to get restricted at least till I finish 100 journeys in 100 days. After that, I don't mind this starting from the beginning. I'll be good. I mean, I've deleted my Facebook before and built from the beginning. So I'm over 3K followers now. So yeah, I can do that again. But I need this honestly. So for Facebook, I'm going to be relying on DMs, which is good, but I'm relying a lot on DMs because what I can send every day max, that's max. It's like 10 DMs. Say 10 times 7, because right now it's not the time to relax. 10 times 7, that's 70. 70 times 4, that should be 280. We could have 280 sign-ups if everybody says yes, which is which could be hard. And so that means that I also have the responsibility of making whatever we're doing attractive so that I can get in as much yes as possible. Wait, just so we are clear, I don't like this side of the work, right? I love where I'm strategizing, where I'm like the operations person. The moment I have to get into the nitty gritty of the work, I do it, but I don't like it. For example, follow ups. I don't like to do follow ups, but I'm pretty much like, I'm a solo founder right now, so I'm pretty much a person doing everything. DMs. I used to like to do DMs because there was a season I was a DM messenger for businesses and even for my business, and I got clients that way, but I don't think I like it again. I think I've outgrown it. But yeah, it is what it is. We have to do what it is for the work. So yes, I have to do DMs right now. Okay, so let's work out this Facebook group sequence. This is how it's going to be. If I'm in groups, I am going to, especially for like, those volunteers and gap years group, I'm going to find people who post, and then I'm going to segment their post. So I would see if they're posting as a traveler or they're posting as a travel company, all those things. And so you have to segment, and if they're a traveler, I personally go to their profile, like two of their posts. If I can, I'll send them a friend request. If I can't, I will drop a comment on one of their posts that kind of like relates to what I'm looking for. On one of their posts, that's to capture interest, right? And I have to do that for at least 20 people daily. No, 20 is too small. Let's say we do that for 30 people. Commenting on posts shouldn't be a problem. And then for those I can, I will send friend requests to them. Right now, I think I can send below 10 friend requests. So that's not really a good use of my time, but okay. So right now I can send below friend request. I send friend request. Then I send a DM and move them to my platform, to their platform. So again, what I'm also going to be using as a winning strategy in this is that um this side of the challenge does not give me the opportunity to step into my conceived reality in the sense that we don't have a platform yet, right? So I have to put this like a movement. I have to put it like like an early thingy, and then them coming on board now is going to shape things. But I'm also going to put it like an early thingy that has a great mission behind it, which is making adventure tours safe again. Because every adventure person, or even every traveler, can relate with that. The truth is that I think I was reading an article yesterday, and a solo traveler was saying that they get, is it mobbed? No, I think it's mobbed. Sorry, I need to confirm that. Mobbed or mobbed. I'm sorry, I just want to get the right thing. I think it's mobbed actually. So somebody was saying they were solo traveler and they were going somewhere and they got mobbed. The truth is that every person that has solo traveled or that has even traveled the world can relate to the fear of maybe like traveling for the first time, even traveling again. So yeah, it's both exciting, then it's also nerve wracking at the same time. So yeah, that's it. So strong mission. and vision slash we have to frame this as a movement. So I have to generate the messaging for this. Same. So in the Facebook, so this is for like people I see in the Facebook community and group, anyways. So what happens to the Facebook community itself? Number one, I want to post story like. The truth is, because we've not attended to anyone yet, of course, our tour operators and all of that, they have stories. I can ask them for stories, but I don't want to lose my focus because I don't think I'm going to be able to. Because I'm the only person on the team, so I think it's going to be crazy for me to say, "Oh, I'm collecting stories from tour operators and then I'm sharing those stories." I think I can easily just go on the internet, copy travel stories, very easy. And then I'm just going to like maybe reference somebody at the end of my story. There's a lot of stories on Reddit or Quora. I don't have to stress myself. Story like adventures. So my finding place could be Quora and Reddit. Then I'm going to post questions that are on team. So that could be polls slash questions that are on theme. So when I say theme, it means that they align with the group regulations that are on theme. Then I'm going to do a freebie. So I have just one freebie, which is Zago 30 passport. Yeah, so it's just a passport for individuals who are not up to 30 to document their journeys. We have something like that. I think it's about 30 pages or so. I don't know. I do not remember. I created it, but it's been a while. And so that's something I'm going to give to people too. Uh, so what that means is that this outreach is eye touch, eye conversation, and then eye intent. So then again, it means I cannot handle it anyhow. Yeah, I'm going to post a freebie, and then I already said I'm going to post polls. I'm going to engage other people's posts in the group. That's difficult for me, by the way. Yeah, so I'm going to engage thoughtfully. Thoughtfully. Now let's go to Facebook Marketplace. Tomorrow we're going to build out the the messaging together. We're going to use ChatGPT to do that. That would save us some work. Yeah, so for the marketplace, I'm just going to go on Facebook, find based on my keywords, which should be like camping gears. And I'm also going to go online to like research more of adventure stuff. And then, yeah, that's it. And then use those to like find people. And so when I find individuals selling, I'm going to send them a DM. So it could be something like, hey, I saw your listing. You mean, how long have you been doing adventure tours? Are you an avid adventurer? Yada, yada, yada. Start a conversation. So DM conversational. Actually, I'm putting all my bets on this plan. I have a feeling it will work. Even if it doesn't, I'm going to pivot, adjust. But there's something here. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna send them a DM and then conversational DM. Then I'm going to try as much as I can to make my conversational DM long. No, no, not long, but you know. So the first thing could be like I'm asking them if they're like avid adventurer, someone that um travels the world a lot. So I can say, what's your kind of adventure? Because camping gears, a lot of people can use camping gears. If you're hiking, you could use a gear. If you're trekking, you could use a gear. If you're mountaineering, you could use camping gear. So then I'm gonna say, how long have you been traveling? God, really, there should actually be a subtitle to make this because what in heaven's name is this? I don't want to risk being banned. There's something we usually call Pepper when I was doing Facebook DMs. It's a software that you can use for automations. Oh, this is so hard. And then I'm going to tell them about what we're doing. Yeah. And then, first of all, I'm going to mention the rewards, but I don't want this to be wrapped around the rewards. I want it to be wrapped around folks that like genuinely believe in the things that in what we're doing, which is like the safety side of adventure tours. I mean, for safety, that's why they're also selling gears too, right? And I'm gonna invite them to the platform. Not necessarily to the platform, link to the website, they chat with the AI widget, they get what they need. I'm looking to automate this as much as I can. I'm gonna try to see if I can find like a Facebook DM messenger of some sort, And then there are some softwares in the past that I've also used to send automatic friend requests to people. Just you set it to a particular community. There's like a cadence. Everybody just sends requests. I think that might be easier than going manual. But I would see how things pan out. I'll see if I get like a great software for good money. I mean, if I get value for my money, then yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, so tell them about what we're doing, emphasize the safety side of things, and the rewards. Right now, I just checked with our tour operator, and what we have ATV in Bali, and we have safari in Bali. Sorry. I'm trying to respond to that supplier that I'm speaking to in Bali. So safari is all about experiences. Yeah, we can give safari in Bali. Then we're able to give ATV too in Bali. Yes, I just guess it's just one destination we're doing. I wanted us to have one in South Africa and then one in Bali. So I guess it's just Bali we're doing. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, Bali it is two experiences and $100 coupon. No, I don't think the $100. I don't think it's gonna be a coupon. Honestly, it's just cash. Like, tell us, do you want us to wire it to you? Someone I had initially thought about gift card and all of that. Uh, I'm not a fan of gift card, right? Because it limits what people can do with it. Just give people their money and then they do whatever they want to do with it. And so the truth is, I'm going to make it very accessible. Very accessible in the sense that if you want to be a part of the social challenge, by all means, please be. But if you don't want to also be a part of it, still, I need you on the sign up list. I need you on that wait list. And in as much as I'm going to be mentioning the reward, I'm going to be letting them know that, okay, for this reward, um, you have to like partake in the challenge to have the reward because you don't get rewarded for just signing up. That's why in that chatbot, at the moment they sign up, they get like three virtual tours. And that's why I think that a chatbot might be the best way to go rather than just like having a Google form or something. Um, if you say that you're offering quality experiences, everything you do, every step of the way, must lead people into believing what you want them to perceive, what you want them to believe. Ideally, if somebody is signing up, they probably just think, oh, this person is going to collect my email and yada, yada, yada. And then they're going to send me details of the challenge. But if they get into a chatbot, we get their email, we get their, what's that thing called again? Their email and then first name. And then they automatically say that, oh, you've unlocked three virtual tours that you can watch in the whatever, or we can email it to them. That's an upgrade. And so it's in the little things when you're just starting and you don't have leverage as such. Yeah. And from there, then we move them into the challenge gradually. Of course, it's not everybody that would eventually participate in the challenge. I envision that. I think that's a possibility because if you're saying that's what I'm thinking of, like reducing the days for the challenge, because if you're saying 30 days, it's not everyone that will stay consistent for 30 days. I mean, the younger folks obviously would be able to do that, most likely will be doing that, but the older folks may not. But I mean, so yeah, I guess that's something I should prepare for too. Yeah. Yeah, and then from the challenge, it becomes easy the moment the platform comes up, everybody just automatically gets pulled into that. Yeah, I think that's just okay for where we are now because I'm thinking of just adding more rewards, but my heart is willing, but my finances are not cooperating. Yeah, let's just leave it at what we currently have. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you. I mean, I guess it was an awesome session. I hope that you're learning a thing or two. If you have questions for me, just feel free to send it over to partnerships@zagotours.com. If you want to learn more about the work that we do, I'm occasionally at Esther on social media. Just send me a DM or just send to that same email. If you'd like to be a supplier, you can get on our wait list. We're currently closed for now, but yeah, we should be opening that up pretty much soon. Thank you so much. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.